Welcome to Game Master Monday, the podcast where we play a new one-shot in a new system with a new cast every episode. Today we are playing Castaway by the Afterthought Committee. I'm Grant Nordine, your humble navigator for today's adventure, and my players are...
Hello, I'm Dusty. I use they, he pronouns. I'm playing, I haven't said their name aloud yet. Callus Connor. Their name is Callus Connor, or at Callus _ Connor. They use he, him pronouns.
Fantastic. I got the underscores. Just got me right in the soul from the Tumblr days. Fiona!
Hello, my name is Fiona. I use she, her pronouns, and today I'm playing Polly Matthews, who uses she, her pronouns.
Fantastic. Julianne!
Hello, my name is Julianne Kastner. I use she, they pronouns, and today I am playing Lionel Hartford, and he uses he, him pronouns.
I love when the voice comes out when you're doing the character intro.
I don't know how to say it out of accent. I've tried, and I just black out, and I don't know what happens.
It's in the lettering. And last but not least, Star.
Hi, I'm Star. I use she, her pronouns. Today I am playing Leaf, who is he, him.
Fantastic. Welcome, brave survivors, to Castaway. This game is about the limits of human endurance, survival, cooperation, and perhaps even betrayal. This is not a game about getting stronger. You will fight to stay alive. Just to give you all a general overview of the rules today, survivors begin with a dice pool of 1, d12, d10, d8, d6, and d4 each. The largest die in your dice pool is your current die, so whenever I call for a roll, you will roll your highest current dice. So you should all be starting with your d12s, and maybe as time goes on, things get more difficult, you might be dropping dice as we go. The idea is to not lose all 5 of your die, or you might die, quite frankly. With that cheery explanation out of the way, are you all excited?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh,
we're gonna die.
It's already getting spooky in the Discord chat. Before we even get to surviving, first there has to be something to survive, right? So our scene today opens on a commercial aircraft. It's a regular old airplane. Where are you coming from? Where are you going to? I'll be quite frank, not that important, because I think we all know how this ends. But I want to make sure you all have a moment to show us who you are, what your life is like, and what's going on. So let me tell you what the plane you're currently on. This flight has 8 passengers on it. That includes the 4 of you and 4 other passengers. You are flying Airlines Jordan. It's a commercial airline, like I mentioned. The 4 of you have never met, and the other 4 passengers on the plane you've never met. I want to ask if any of your characters happen to be flying in first class.
I think Callus might be, because this is a sponsored trip for Funky Fresh. That's a PHRESH, which is a kombucha company.
I love that. On first class, you might notice that it's a little bit sparse here. There's only yourself and one other very elegant woman sitting on this aisle. Why don't you tell us a bit about Callus? What's going on with her? What's their whole deal right now?
So Callus Connor, or at Callus _ Connor, is what you would know as a TikTok influencer. They're very widely known for life hack videos. Also just like doing the whole like, have you seen this Trader Joe's $5 cake? And makes every Trader Joe's in the country run out of it. That's their whole thing. They are like an average build. They have very like those nice looking clothes that look very just like average clothes, but they're actually super expensive. So like a $700 white t-shirt, like black skinny jeans, the new Nikes, the ones that have only like been sold to like 500 people. like darker tan skin, hair in like clean, like short cut, like not buzz cut but short, and he's currently using all of the plane's Wi-Fi because they're currently live with hey, I'm gonna test first class airport food for this funky fresh sponsored post.
Outstanding. Wow, I can see him so clearly in my head. Like I mentioned, there's one other person in first class who might be overhearing your very sponsored video going on right now. So you all get the notification that it's safe to move about the cabin, and someone is going to just kind of look at you from the other side of the aisle here, and this is like rich lady chic. Like, you're spending a lot of money to look normal. She's spending a lot of money to make sure she looks like she spends a lot of fucking money. She's got like a really nice laptop that she's doing her own personal work on. She couldn't help but notice the Wi-Fi is kind of slow for her right now, despite being in first class, and she's starting to maybe figure out why. And she looks over to you and goes, Are you one of those tic-tacos I keep hearing about?
Oh, hang on, everyone. Yeah, no, I'm maybe you've seen me before. I did like the seven best airport hacks that you didn't know about.
I do know plenty of airport hacks. I myself don't use apps besides the New York Times crossword puzzle, but I do know from our marketing team that the youth happen to quite enjoy your application. And would you say you're of renown, repute, things of that nature?
Oh yeah, I have at least 300,000 people live right now. They love this first class stuff. Like
in your phone.
Yeah, they're really excited about this caviar. They didn't give us the right spoon, which is unfortunate.
So you tell people what food to eat, and then they do so.
Yeah. You know the shortage of like sourdough starters? Oops.
Oh yes, I do actually. Oh, that was you.
Might be.
Let me give you something. She like reaches into like her coat pocket and she slides a business card over to you, and you now see her name is Margaret Hatcher, and she is the CEO of Hatcher Farms. And there's like a little picture of an egg with a happy chicken coming out of it, and she's like, I'm looking for new and exciting ways to get our products on more tables, so perhaps we can make an arrangement once we land.
They're gonna see the cards. It's like, all right guys, gotta go. Click. And look at them in a much more normal voice. I'd be so interested.
Oh, excellent. Oh, it's a facade, of course. Performance. Yes, definitely. Give me a phone call, an email. Clearly you have a good amount of influence. I'd like to work more in the future. There's something very interesting we're working on right now, and I think it's a little off kilter, so maybe you're the kind of person to give people the chance to try it out.
I'll definitely be hitting you up.
Excellent. We pan to the back of the cabin where the regular people sit, and we've got we have you three and one other passenger back here. The other two, of course, would be your pilot and co-pilot, if you're so interested. But there's one other person kind of wandering up and down the halls, offering peanuts and drinks, and otherwise it's just the three of you hanging out with the stewardess. So I will give free range here to anyone who wants to get her attention.
Trying everything I can not to get her attention.
And yet she stops in your aisle and she goes, peanuts, water, soda, anything?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, do you have any kombucha?
Kombucha? No, I have regular coffee, that just tastes like coffee.
Yeah, you have, like some green tea then, I guess?
I can see our tea options are a little limited also. Mostly I have Coke products, I have peanuts, I have Chex Mix, I have bottled water, I have stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll stick to water. I want to keep it pure.
Okay, great. Yeah, normal request for, you got it. I'll go get you some...
Lionel will...
Yes, sir?
Lionel peers over like the book that he's reading and just holds his hand up and is just like, when you get a minute, I will take a cup of that normal coffee that tastes like coffee that you mentioned.
Perfect. Just the regular coffee. Okay, excellent. Just a regular old beans and hot water
coffee
situation.
That tastes like coffee, yes.
Yes, yeah, that is what we are offering here today. I have one. I'll just handle it all from right here. Excuse me, ma'am, over there. Yes, you. Anything for you? Just one trip. There's only 3 of you here today, so anything that you need, ma'am?
Oh no, I very much appreciate what you're doing. So, just my TV screen seems to be out. It doesn't seem to have, like, it doesn't seem to be working. And you can see that I've been trying to play some sort of Bejeweled S-type thing, but it's all completely crashed essentially because I've won Bejeweled. It's impossible, but I've done it. I've actually done it, and I'm like, yeah, I just thought there'd be more levels after 115, but you know, I might have broken it slightly. I'm so sorry.
No, I to be quite frank, I don't think this game was meant to go past 100, and you found 15. We've only been in the air for a few hours. You just blazed through that.
Oh no, well that's fine. Well, I did try the Sudoku ones. There was a couple of like tic-tac-toe, but then I tried to connect with other people, but after a couple of... It doesn't matter. I'm actually okay, thank you. I'm just gonna stare out the window.
Would you like a magazine with like puzzles in the back? Or something?
That's very kind. I do have my own, and you can see next to her there's like a whole backpack full of this sort of stuff that's completely like dog-eared and been copied out.
Wow. Oh yeah, you seem set. Well, if there's anything else we can get you, don't hesitate to push that button with the little stewardess figure on it, and I'll come rushing right over to help you, okay? So, as she goes to go get all of your various requests and items, the plane starts experiencing very intense turbulence. Like, you feel the gravity in the plane totally shift forward. Like, all of you are getting caught on your seatbelt. It's very uncomfortable. And you hear a man's voice over the intercom go, everyone, please hold on to your seatbelts. This is your captain speaking. We are currently experiencing what is colloquially known as a crash situation. So please prepare to put the floaties over your heads and necks, and put the air masks on if you require oxygen, and please form an orderly line towards the exit. Thank you for flying Airline Jordans. And it goes completely quiet in the cabin as you suddenly feel all the G-forces plummeting. You see the stewardess is kind of like blow past the aisle, just kind of tumbling down like she's going down a flight of stairs. We're in a crash situation now, folks. Not sure where it's going, but what's everyone's reaction right now?
Lionel bought the entire row of the leading up, not because also he's just a huge man, but also it's just like he's just like, if there's an emergency situation, I'm gonna be on top of it. He immediately, before all this happened, he was just muttering affirmations from his little self-help book that he had open. I take pride in every achievement, no matter how big or small. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong and learn from my mistakes. I always believe something wonderful is about to happen. And I think right then is when that announcement is made. But he immediately is like, once he feels that drop, he smashes the book close. And he remembers you always help others before you put it on itself. So he rushes to help everyone else put the mask on, being like, "Excuse me," just like he is, and it's just like as he smashes the book closed, you now see this absolutely outlandish giant mustache this man has that almost covers his mouth, and is just like incredibly fucking buff, and is just running down the aisleway and trying to help like people put on their things and also just try to calm people down. So that is what he will be doing.
Yeah, the people are Polly and Leaf as it stands right now, so how are you two reacting to Lionel just charging at you and putting air masks on you?
Oh, I think Leaf, like, immediately when the announcement came on, like, grabbed both armrests and just kind of, like, yeah, that fear, but also kind of paranoia. And as Lionel came rushing towards him, he kind of, like, is taken aback and, like, tries to get away from Lionel, like... Why are you so close to me?
Young man, do you need any help? You have your seatbelt on? Like, he is so calm right now.
The plane's like nose diving. You can hear the in the background.
My mustache is flapping up at the rim. Young man, is everything all right? If I could just, and I adjust their seat, like his seatbelt. Like, gotta make sure it's a little tighter than you, but not too tight. You don't want to crush your pelvis. And I'm just like, do you need help putting on your mask? Can you do it yourself?
Dude, get away.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I rush over to Polly.
I've already set myself on, but I'm already in the crouch position, and I'm like, sorry, should you be standing up? We are about to crash. Like, you know.
Don't you worry about me, young lady. Look at you go. Perfect. All A's. Marks. Wonderful. And I will, like, briefly pull the curtain back in first class to see how everyone else is doing there.
When you pull the curtain back to first class, what you see is an elderly woman, like, grasping Callus by, like, the shirt collar, like, pulling him in close, and she's just whispering to, well, not whispering, but, like, it's a loud plane right now, but saying to him, no matter what happens, defend the egg. And then she lets go of your shirt collar and, like, kind of flies back towards the cockpit.
Callus is just like, whatever you say. And, like, they were, like, halfway putting on the vest and were about to have the mask on, but then that's probably when she grabbed him. And he's, like, putting on the mask and then probably trying to go after her if she got blown back. It's like, wait, no, we had a deal, wait.
I'll probably,
Lionel, you
like...
see this.
Yeah, I'm gonna push him back into a seat, be like, now, young man, you get down and you resume the crash position. Now, just hands over your head. I don't actually know what a crash position is. I'd be fucked if I was on the plane.
What do you think it is?
Normally go over it, but who could be bothered?
No,
Lionel
what is it?
says exactly what it is. And then,
Classic.
and then, where did the old lady go? Did she just, like, run away?
She just, yeah, you know, like in the movie Airplane or Snakes on a Plane, where you just see people, like, flying down the aisles, kind of like that. Like she let go, and, like, the force threw her into the cockpit area.
Oh, okay. And I'm just like grumble, like, I don't know what to do, and I get into a seat in the first class, like, with him, just so that I can, like, quickly, instead of just, oh wait, no, I have a job, and I run back to the exit. And I just put on my mask there and I prepare.
Perfect. I need everyone to make a physical roll for me. So how this works is you'll roll a d12 and you will add the entirety of your physical stat. If you have any physical skills that have to do with surviving a plane crash, you can add 2 to it, but I don't think y'all do.
I would argue, because one of Polly's special skills is hiking, that I have the perfect, like, strength in my legs, and so my head is directly between those legs in the crash position, and so I am braced. So I think I'm ready for anything. I'm perfectly not moving. That's my sure. I don't know what that does.
I'm cool with it. Yeah, you can add 2 to your roll.
2 to my roll. Okay.
Add 2 to the roll for the thick thighs, save lives.
If you learn nothing else from Game Master Monday,
Yep.
It's don't skip leg day.
What about navigation? As I'm navigating to safety.
I'll take it. It's the first roll of the game. Have fun with it.
Great.
No matter. I rolled a 16.
A 16. Perfect.
Yeah.
I rolled a 15.
15, excellent.
I rolled in total a 17.
Perfect.
We're doing physical, right?
Yes, physical.
16.
16.
Wow, we're doing
Everyone.
great.
Yeah.
Way
so
to
great.
survive a plane crash. So
It's all because of Lionel.
All
just
my
ran
legs.
around giving you all high numbers to start off with. So
+2 for Lionel.
just for being you. The plane obviously crashes. You are all able to escape the wreckage relatively unharmed, not harmed enough to cause any concern. Maybe some bumps and bruises here and there, but no lacerations, no broken bones, no head trauma. Everyone's chill. But you do see the smoldering wreckage of the plane behind you. You do see various luggages and bags scattered all across a beach is where you have crash landed. So you see the ocean, lots of sand, and a kind of foresty area beyond the beach. And of course you see the remains of the 4 other passengers on the plane. The pilot, the co-pilot, Madeline Hatcher, and your stewardess are all scattered about here. They did not make it, unfortunately. It becomes very apparent as you stare off into the ocean that this is an island completely surrounded by water. You are in unfamiliar territory with only what everyone else packed on this beach lying around for you to possibly rummage through. And this would, in theory, be the first time the 4 of you meet and ever have any kind of connection.
So we can see the whole island to see that we're surrounded by water?
Sure.
Oh, it's a small island.
Is it just
And
sand?
there's like
Cast
one
away.
coconut tree in the
All right, you got me.
Oh, pirates.
You know how when you're watching the Discovery Channel and they do the big crane zoom?
Yeah, if
Big
this was
zo-
like a cinematic thing, it's
big
just
drone, yeah.
we
You,
know.
the players. So I will tell you that because I drew it.
Oh.
It is a beach, and then you have the ocean out behind you, and then immediately to the east or to the right of you, you just see a big, lush island full of, like jungly trees, and it's a kind of a cloudy day today.
I think Callus is kind of doing the thing that they were just last told before sitting down. It's like, I gotta find the egg. Where do I find the egg? How do I keep the egg safe? I need direction.
He said to God. I'll give you that one, Callus. Can you make a mental check for me?
No.
Sure.
So that's your D12 plus your mental fortitude stat.
That's good. Navigation won't help me.
I'll
here,
I'll
will it?
even let you use navigation for sure because you're looking for a bag.
Wow, thanks. Random dice roll earlier. So let's see. With my mental fortitude and navigation, that is a 13.
13's pretty good. It's not too hard to differentiate the one rich person's bag from the rest of the riffraff here on this plane. You see a luxurious leather bag, probably made from an animal that's illegal to turn into a bag. You find a bag with Margaret Hatcher's name on it, with a gold-plated name tag, and it's shockingly not locked, but not opened, if you get my drift. I'm not making it super hard for you, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're gonna see it and it's like, okay, if she didn't have it on there, Callus is just gonna open it.
Yeah.
They had one thing going on in their head right now, and they're grasping onto it. So
Yeah. So when you open her suitcase, what you find is a folder full of unsigned contracts, a total of 5 pens, and an unbroken egg.
like a chicken egg or like a
It's an egg.
Fabergé egg.
It's got a pearly white outer shell, and when you pick it up, it feels heavy.
Callus is just lost. Just okay.
Oh, good find, young man. That'll be good protein.
I gotta protect it.
We're gonna protect it so that we can then divide it up amongst the survivors so everyone can get their protein.
I don't think it's a chicken egg.
That's okay. And I sort of pat him on the back.
Such as Lionel.
Yeah, I think he's in shock. I will definitely make a play to go get one of the pens. I'd say when you find Polly, all of her Sudoku puzzle books and crosswords are soaked. So, of course, she's been, around in the shadow of her going, oh, no. And so she'll make a grab for one of the pens at least, so she has that as her sort of safety tool.
Great, you can add a pen to your inventory, Polly.
Yes! We're all going to start somewhere.
And Callus can add an odd egg.
Egg.
Oh, egg, in brackets odd, I see.
I
I'll offer
will,
you an egg in this trial.
in these troubled times. Lionel will definitely take some paper because he's just thinking he's gone into soldier mode where he's just like fire. He's like that could be fire starter. So he's
Cool.
gonna take those.
Yeah, you can add a stack of papers to your inventory.
Sick.
I think I'm just looking for my bag. So I guess should I roll for finding my bag?
I would say you would be able to find your bag pretty easily because you're familiar with it. So just tell me what you would have had packed.
Right. So, I got some clothes in there. The main thing I'm looking for is I have like a bag of weed like hidden inside the bag so that I could get through security and all that.
Hell
And so I'm looking for that, and I want my clothes and stuff like that, but mostly I'll say I also have a bottle of kombucha in there.
I'll tell you what, make a mental fortitude roll for me. We're gonna see how well this bag survived.
All right, so that is.
That'll
Can I
be
use
your-
foraging for that?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
Early game
All right.
shit. Let's do it.
16.
Nice.
16. Not only do you have your pot and your kombucha, you also have the stuff you need to traditionally smoke pot. So your lighter is still there. Your rolling paper is still there. So you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
You don't just eat it? I'm kidding.
Trying to give you a win here, Lionel. You now have a fire starter.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I sit down on the beach and I'm like, oh, fuck. And just start rolling a joint.
Oh, why not? Make one more mental fortitude roll for me. This game
14.
encourages a lot of rolling, just for the record. So you
Oh,
might be
yeah.
hearing me say that a lot. A 14, that's one of those good highs.
Good.
You know, when Leaf smokes pot, what is their normal state of mind? How do they like to feel when they're getting high?
I think just like calm, relaxed, chill. Just very like open to the world around them in a very peaceful way.
In that case, you will be the one to notice that on the edge of the beach, connecting the beach to the mainland, there is a small stone altar.
Who might be close to me?
I'd say
Wants to-
everyone is pretty nearby. It was a pretty close crash, so whoever you want to be near you, as well as 4 corpses.
Yeah. I think I'll turn to Callus because he looks the most approachable. And
touch now.
just be like, dude, and like pass him the joint if he wants it. Do you see that altar over there? Is that like fucking there?
I think Callus at first is just gonna is considering taking the joint. Then they look over and then they see the what looks like an altar or something. They're gonna then they're for sure gonna take the joint and just. I think I've seen this in the movie. This isn't good. And they're going to take a hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll stand up at that point and start walking over to check it out.
Lionel and Polly, you see two youths just who survived a plane crash toking up immediately, and you see Leaf walking towards the altar.
He's probably fine. So I continue, just like,
Hey, you know?
I'm sure I'll be right back.
yeah, but where can he go? I'm sure he'll be fine. He's just right over there.
Sorry, you said your name was Mr. Hartford, Mr. Lionel?
Sergeant, lovely to meet you.
Sergeant. Oh gosh. Okay, I should have probably clocked that. Yeah. Sorry. Polly Matthews.
Oh, but not that it really matters here, but
No, it's just well, I did. Well, you might not have recognised me. I'm like crossword champion 2017, and I'm just on my way to a competition, and it is kind of important I get there because I have a title to reclaim. It's been a couple of years I've had to be off the circuit, and I'll be honest, I'm a little bit overwhelmed with what's going on, and I've lost anything that is safe, and no one knows where I am, and I think, well, you're our best chance of survival, Sergeant Lionel. Do something.
my dear, what was your name again?
Polly Matthews.
Polly. And he's gonna place like two hands like on your shoulders.
Feel
he's
the weight
got
of it.
like, yeah, he's got like he's radiating like girl dad energy.
Right.
He's like, young lady, I promise you, I will do my damnedest to get us off this island. Now, in terms of your crossword puzzles, I see you are distressed about that, and you don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
If and I look over at the altar, and I'm like, I think that if we place your books on the altar to dry, I think that would probably be a good chance to sort of, let the sun sort of dry them out.
Okay.
And you can use them, and whatever crossword puzzle you finish, please hand it over to me. We can keep a fire going, okay?
Okay, yes, I do feel there's some sort of symbolism of me completing something and then you burning it to a crisp. But you know what? That's beyond me right now. I think
There is complete eye contact. He is not unblinking eye contact.
I can't look away. I'm trapped. I turn my head, the eyes stay like in the portrait.
I was gonna say those portraits that follow you around.
Yeah. But yeah, Polly goes along with this idea and like will grab the wet what I would call mulch of Sudokus, of cryptic crosswords, all this stuff, and we'll head over to where the altar is and follow along with the others.
Perfect.
Come along, Liza. Polly.
Okay.
I wonder what that's about. Surely won't come up later.
I'm sure that won't come back in. I'm sure that's not important.
Leaf and Polly are heading towards the altar, but you quickly learn it's not an empty altar. There's a skull on that bad boy, and it's got two crystal eyes.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
Would Callus still have their phone?
Good question.
It's probably their most prized possession.
Yeah, I'm gonna say mental fortitude then.
Oh no, they might also be overwhelmed in a second.
That's my trick. If I don't know the answer, the dice does.
That's a 7. No, I can't do math. That's a 9.
9
4
total?
plus 5 is 9. Yes.
Okay, yeah. You do have your phone, but you don't have Wi-Fi. There's no internet here. There's no bars.
So they're going to see that there's a skull on there, and it's like, oh wait, they got my phone. Screen. Oh no, the screen has a crack. It's fine. So there's this thing that my phone could do, where like I could scan things. Let me see if it has a skull. And they're gonna do it not conscious of the Wi-Fi, or conscious of the fact that it needs Wi-Fi to work, or even like satellite, because they've never been in a situation with a phone. They are incredibly Gen Z, so they don't know like that. That's just not how it works. And they're like, it's not scanning. And then like, do you think? 1 second. And Also, my character, let's see, consistently has awful plans. So they're going to grab the skull and pick it up.
Excellent.
I
glad.
I wouldn't do that, young.
They have it. They're going to like put their head like close to the crystals. Like, you think there's something inside?
I don't know
Callus.
what's worse, a skull or a skull with crystals in the eyes. I honestly don't know what would be worse.
Hey, Callus, make a mental fortitude check for me.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go. Let's go.
I was like, yeah.
Look, the dice are on my favor tonight for some reason. That's a 13.
13. You hear a voice. And only you hear a voice. It comes through into your head. And it says,
Head to the center of the island. Salvation awaits.
Oh, is that where I bring the egg? Completely allowed.
What?
Dude, are you sure?
What?
Are you sure?
Huh?
Are you a little too high? Cause like, you're talking yourself to.
Oh no. That was nothing. I've actually done like weed like tests for like a video once. I smoked 30 grams that day. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but like you're still talking to yourself. Like,
Oh,
what's that about?
The skull said something.
What?
Lionel's just gonna smack the skull from his hands.
make a physical fortitude check.
Absolutely.
I was gonna pull out Google Translate.
Oh shit. That is a 10.
A 10. That is a hard ass firm skull. It stays squarely in Callus's hands.
Ugh. Oh, no. Hey. No, it said to go
Put it
to
down.
the center of the island.
Put it down.
Okay,
Sorry.
Put it back.
Sorry, Callus. First of all, I love your latest. I didn't know if I wanted to say it, but I really appreciate it, and I very much appreciate you putting it on Instagram as well. I'm not really. I usually get them a little bit late. Anyway, did you just say that the skull spoke to you?
One, that's so awesome. I love meeting fans. Two, yeah, no, it said that there's salvation in the middle of the island. And, you know, I mean, if a skull is talking to you and it's telling you good things, it can only be good, right? They say vocally, optimistically.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the universe just tells you what you need to do. Like, let's
See?
just go to the center of the island.
I mean, I'm not one to look a gift skull in the mouth, so to speak, or the jaw.
They open the mouth.
Yeah, is there anything inside the skull besides these crystal gems?
Another egg.
When you another egg. No, when you open when you open the jaw, it's just black in there. It's like it's not a very well preserved skull. Like some teeth are missing, but apart from that, nothing is stored in the skull. For those curious, the crystal eyes, the crystals like take up the entirety of the socket. So if you're trying to like pull it out or anything, you could probably tell it's not going to come out. It's stuck in there.
And at that moment, Callus realized that this was a real skull.
Oh no.
And they're like, oh, that belonged to someone. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Then they're going to run to the ocean and wash their hands. Or attempt to.
Does Lionel has a trained skill in first aid because of his time as a doctor in the war. The war. The war.
You know, the big one.
Yeah. Can he search his person for maybe some hand sanitizer or something? He's traveling. He probably had some.
Amazing.
Yeah, make a mental fortitude.
All right. So I rolled a 12 on the D12. That's awesome.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
And +5, so that's a 17.
Yeah, the highest possible score you can get right now. So, yeah, you've got hand sanitizer, you've got stuff that could disinfect the hand for sure. Even if you didn't have the hand sanitizer, you'd probably have the know-how to do it. So right now, Callus is washing his hands in the saltwater ocean.
Yeah, Lionel high knees, jogs over to him, the hand sanitizer, straight arm out, being just wait. And he just, takes his hands and just sort of rubs them together because after all of this observable behavior, he doesn't trust Callus to actually like know how to use hand sanitizer or wash his hands. It's like a mom like washing the hands of a toddler.
They're excited for hand sanitizer, and then you do the things like, oh, it's not bath bed in forever.
He's in a plane crash. He doesn't remember. As you are cleaning Callus's hands, all four of you hear a thunderclap above you. And then it starts raining. And I mean raining hard. You are in the middle of monsoon season. I need everyone to make another physical fortitude check. And this one might have consequences.
14.
Okay.
14 as well.
14s.
I got 12 on my die plus 5, so 17, the highest I can get.
There you go.
I got an 11.
An 11. Callus. You, my friend, are going to take 1 point of... one condition on your sheet. You have been stricken with cold. This is, however you were dressed today, those really nice clothes you bought for the $700 price tag, they're not meant to keep you warm. So you are now down to a D10, and you are cold.
Cool.
So in this case, you're cold. You are cold from standing out in the rain. Now, I'll tell you, with conditions, you are able to resolve those and restore your dice pool, but you have to do something and pass other checks to get there. It's kind of a fly by the seat of your pants thing. Think actual survival scenarios. So if you want your D12 back, you'll have to figure out how to not be cold anymore.
Okay. Could Callus also have... they would have had a pack of gum with them on the plane? Could they have that pack of gum with them?
Sure.
Cool. They're going to take out specifically 6 brand gum. The one that has the... cinnamon flavored. To keep them like warm. The one that still has the foil on the papers. And they're going to crumble up. It's like... So they have like this red foil in their hands now as it's starting. It's like, we should get under the trees so we don't get soaked. If we have a bunch of like clothes or something, we could probably make that like a makeshift canopy if we're going to stay somewhere.
I want to look around and see, like, is there enough plain for us to shelter in?
Yeah, is there like a big sheet of metal that maybe we could lean against a rock or a tree?
A fantastic question. The plane itself is not in a livable status. There's flames around it still, even in the rain. However, if you're crafty enough, I will allow you to make physical fortitude checks to see if you can pry anything off of the plane and build a shelter that way. It'll be a little bit of a high threshold, and you got to be careful with your little handsies with the hot metal, but I'll let you try.
Is there any sort of like helping or like 2 people working together on something?
Yes, in fact there is. There's a mechanic called offering aid. If you wish to help a fellow survivor, you may roll your current die and add it to their total. But be warned, however, that a failure, even if they fail with your help, will result in consequences for everyone involved. So you succeed together, you fail together.
If Lionel's okay with it, I think I'd like to help with the trying to get something off of the plane to use as shelter.
Can I ask, does that double up then? So if, like, say Polly and Leaf help Lionel, does that mean our dice rolls would then add, like, it stacks?
I don't see why not.
Super. Let's see how high we can get it.
Let's get weird.
Yeah, let's get weird. Yeah. So I guess Polly would be like, okay, and then we'll just be like tearing out, like, first of all, probably the seats, trying to get like a bit of fabric just so we can wrap it around maybe legs and arms and stuff before helping Leaf pull any like bits of metal or bits of wing. As it's going to be heavy, right? So it makes sense that everyone will try to get involved. So yeah.
Ooh, you should look to see if they have any of those airplane blankets like left over.
Absolutely. So I'm rushing to get those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that would be a separate foraging check for blankets. Is this all part of the same thing?
Just because of the nature of the game, I will say you can all help each other with the pulling metal off part, and anything individually you want to do, like divide and conquer, that can be solo rules, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Cool. So let's start with that. Let's see if we can get a big piece of metal off to see if we can keep you dry for the night first. So all three of you can make a physical fortitude check.
Lionel pulls up the sleeves on his already like short sleeve white linen shirt buttoned down, and it's just like ready to just yank this thing off. And then he's just like, all right, on either side, I'll yank down and back, and you do whatever you can.
Perfect. So the way this will work, Lionel, you are making a roll with your d12 plus your physical fortitude. Polly and Leaf, you just roll your d12 and add it to Lionel's total.
Right.
Okay, well, I only got a 5.
I got a 6.
I got an 11.
For a total of 22. So yeah, with your powers combined, you are able to rip off the exact sheet of metal you were eyeballing from the plane, and no one burns their hands.
Lovely. And I guess we just sort of like table it, carry it over to like some structure that could be like a lean-to for a little bit.
Yeah, what are you gonna do for that? Because you're currently on a beach, some sand everywhere. There's a stone altar, and of course the jungle you have yet to venture into. So what are you thinking for using this metal sheet for?
Is there a big tree on the tree line, maybe?
Yeah, like not into the jungle, but like maybe right on the edge.
On the edge of the jungle.
Yeah.
Leaf, make a let's call it a mental fortitude check.
Great.
You got this, Leaf. It's in the name. It's in the name.
Didn't look like it for some reason.
4.
It's in the name.
Oh, no!
Leaf.
Ooh, okay, so
I
Leaf.
got a 1.
Oh no.
Yeah. Bad them's the breaks. Now, I will say you don't take a condition for that. That's just a failure. I will say, if you want, there is a mechanic in this called pushing, which is upon failure, you may push to roll again with a +4 bonus. The only catch is no matter what happens, you suffer a condition for it. So if this is really important to you, you can sacrifice a die and roll again, or you can just accept that Leaf don't know what to lean that thing on.
Yeah, I'm going to accept that I don't know what to lean it on.
Okay. So yeah, Leaf is just kind of like looking around. Nothing really looks stable. The trees at the edge of the jungle don't appear to be the healthiest, and they're kind of few and far between. So it seems that no matter where you would lean it up, you would at least have exposed walls.
Lionel's just sort of like holding this thing in the air, watching Leaf just sort of.
Massive
Scan.
thunderstorm happening, yeah.
Callus is like, oh, that is a good idea. I would suggest that we dig a hole for it, but that's probably more dangerous. What if I saw this thing like on survival hacks that this other user, Nature for Life, that's LYFE 47, said that if you have a bunch of clothes, you could rip them up and use it like string and rope. So maybe we like tie them to the trees, and we could at least get under it and use the rest of the clothes to do walls.
But dude, there's like no good trees here. Like there's no trees.
If we have enough rope, it's fine though. Like
Maybe.
I learned from a different user a not safe for work technique about knots, but knots are knots.
Lionel lost a die of mental fortitude listening to that.
Voluntarily.
Yeah, Gen Z. I'd say Polly in this meantime has rushed back into the bits of the plane, and blankets would talk about. So get those sort of thin blankets just to have. She'll also see if there's anything on that trolley, like extra food stuff. Like it sounded like we didn't have any meals.
Water and stuff.
Yeah, water's important. I think any foods. If there's anything that's particularly like a special dessert or wine, Polly will take it for herself.
I was wondering when we would think to check the food cart. So yeah, I'm gonna have you make a mental fortitude to cover your bases there, to scour the airplane.
Okay, cool. So that's just a +4. I do have foraging as a skill.
Yeah, I'd call this foraging.
Cool. It's not going to help too much because that in total. So what was it? So I get +4, +2 for foraging, so that's +6, 8.
Ah.
I rolled a
total
2.
of an 8. The food cart, unfortunately, is now floating in the middle of the ocean. Right when you think to look for it, you're looking around for it, you can't find it, and oops, there it goes. So unfortunately, out of reach for you.
Yeah.
For an 8, I will say you find 1 airplane blanket.
Oh, well then that's definitely going underneath my like gilet that I have, and I'm like, oh no, doesn't seem to be any blankets. Oh no.
Oh, it's okay, Polly. I know you did your best.
Yes, I tried.
Yeah, I was going to suggest maybe I should like at least attempt to do it because I have crafting because I do all these life hacks.
I was going to say, like, that sounds like you're using
You
your
do
crafting,
DIYs?
so yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's all over the map for influencing. He does food, weed, BDSM
Look.
shit, apparently.
No, that's a different user that I just subscribe
Oh,
and
okay.
follow because he got a uplift.
It's just a hobby, not my
Signal
job.
boost.
Exactly. I have a D10 now, huh?
Yeah, D10. So D10 plus your physical fortitude plus your crafting.
Oh, well, that's nice. That thought is in the right place, so 9 plus 3 plus 2, that's 14.
That is 14. You are able to do so. So Lionel and Callus are able to hobble together a makeshift little tent, basically made of a metal sheet and some tied up clothing that they found in the various suitcases scattered around. Lionel, where did we end up putting the metal sheet?
I think that he is smart enough to know that the tide will come in, or we don't know what the level of the tide will be, so he wants it to be further into the beach, but we don't know what's in, because he also hunts in his spare time. They do not know like what is in that jungle, and so I think that he's going to try and find a nice middle ground, like probably like a little bit closer to the jungle than that he would have liked, but he really doesn't know how big this tide comes in.
Sure, I'll give it to you. Make a physical fortitude check for me.
Oh dear.
Just all right, that is a 11.
11 will work. So it's not the prettiest, it's not the most sturdy, but you do find a way to lean that bad boy up against a different clump of not quite jungle trees, but like some of those ones that were growing between the beach and the jungly area. You get the clothes around there. You know, you probably think to yourself, it'll be fine for a night or two, and that's all we really need it for to be right now. Oh man, I sure hope they make it. It's real treacherous out there with the rain and the skull and woo. Hi folks, it's me, your game master, Grant, and I'm here to talk to you about 2 cool fucking shows. Because I only suggest what? Cool shit. Perhaps none cooler than our cool friends at Skull Tenders.
Stop necromancy. How?
Yeah, that's what you're here to figure out, bye.
What?
How dare you?
Fuck you.
Fuck you? Fuck me?
Yeah.
Where's the drinks?
Oh, hey! She arrives and let's see, we got the tequila be killed for,
This raises a hand. There's like 13 fingers on the hand.
Oh, wow, okay, right there.
I hate the pickle man.
I want to grab the barrel and mime as if I'm going to tip it over and let all the brine run out on the ground.
Oh, you're edging me, are you? Well, whatever.
I let go immediately.
yeah.
I hate this guy.
In the like the front of the camera reality series part, Dudu's there and it has like his name and the bug at the bottom. I go,
I am here to make friends.
It looks like it's about to run into the wall behind you, but instead, right before it makes contact, 6 huge, thick horse legs erupt in a hexagonal formation like the legs of an ant, and it crawls right up the side of the wall with the same speed that it was rolling along the ground on.
The horse DNA is taking control.
Fuck him up, buddy.
Okay. Can I roll for how many donuts I do?
Yes, you can roll for how many donuts.
I'll do
you
a D4, so it's not too much.
It's a performance check.
Okay.
Roll 20.
How about a natural goddamn 20?
Fuck yeah!
Fuck. All right.
Let's fucking go.
Watch out for them, would you? All of them. The living and the dead. Listen to Skull Tenders. Anywhere and everywhere.
Man, I fucking love Skull Tenders. I'm not even kidding. You know, listener, look at me. Look me right in the eyes. You looking at me? I love Skull Tenders. That show is brilliant. That has everything you're looking for in a D&D podcast, especially if you like what we bring to the table. And not to mention the brilliant fucking cast. You got Cohen Edenfield DMing that shit. You've got Amber Barry Carr on there. You got Jess O'Brien, Casey Green. Like, I can't hype this show up enough. The players are brilliant. The DMing is great. The story is amazing. And they're going to be starting their second season this week. So now's the perfect time to start listening to them. Heed my warnings. All right, if I can keep it together here for a second, let me tell you about our other new friends over at Dragon Punch Squad.
4 would-be heroes arrive in the town of Breach Hill, destined for glory, but tuned for pandemonium. A paladin with a no-nonsense attitude, a ranger with murderous intent, a sorcerer fueled by his own ego, and a cleric just trying to make some coin and keep them alive. All of this and more on the Dragon Punch Squad podcast.
Some high-octane action shit going over at Dragon Punch Squad. Really enjoying their show. It's like a really cool action movie feel to it. It's a lot of fun. It makes me want to run through a goddamn brick wall. Super fun show. You should definitely be checking out Dragon Punch Squad. Now that I've held your undivided attention for long enough, why don't I release you back onto the deserted island you deserve to be on? Here's the rest of Castaway. So, shelter created, things found, night falls, and I'm going to have you all make 2 physical fortitude rolls. The first one is because none of you ate anything. So we're going to see if your hunger causes a problem while you sleep.
A 12 total for Polly.
Okay.
15 on the first one.
Cool.
And 14 on the second.
9
So
for Lionel.
9 for Lionel, and then Callus.
This is physical fortitude?
Physical fortitude.
Okay, 13.
13. Polly, Leaf, Callus, you're able to ignore your stomachs. Maybe you ate on the plane, maybe you had a big lunch. Whatever you did prior to the plane crash satiates you for one night. Lionel, however, big guy, needs calories,
Not an ounce
needs
of
protein.
fat on him.
Not even a bit. And you're going to take 1 condition in hunger. You'll be
Okay.
down to a D10.
Oh.
Now the second roll you're going to make is for cold again, because it is still raining and you're being shielded by thin clothes and a metal sheet. So I'm going to let you do your physical fortitude rolls, but because you built a shelter, I will let you use your bonus +2 as well. Even if it doesn't quite match the situation. You did a thing using your skills. Let's have them apply here. Your bonus is the knowledge of a job well done.
16.
16.
So I rolled a 12, so 12 plus 5 plus 2 is 19.
Polly's good.
Right.
I know.
15 for Lionel.
15, and Callus?
I got a 9.
Another 9. Callus, you've done everything you can think of to try and stay warm tonight, but man, that $700 t-shirt just is not cutting it. You take 1 more cold condition, and it'll bring you down to a D8. So you are cold through the night. You are cold through the day. That rain soaked you right through to the bone. Now, Callus, bonus question for you. Did you bring the skull with you?
I think they probably
you drop
left
it?
they probably left a skull at the altar once
Sure.
they realized that it was a real skull.
Okay. skull remains on the altar, and the morning of the second day begins. No one has eaten, no one's had a drink of water. So far you just have the beach, the skull, and the jungle, and the weird instructions the skull gave Callus. So I will give it to you, Sergeant. What does your training tell you to do next?
All right, so he wakes up at about 5 o'clock, what he would reckon from the position of the sun and where they are. He does a light yoga flow and does some more affirmations. I take steps every day to stay healthy and physically fit.
Your stomach growls loudly when you say that.
It's okay to show emotion. It's like a little tear rolls down his face.
I would say that if Lionel wakes up and is doing the affirmations, he probably would hear Polly has pulled out a very similar book, but it's more like, if the train leaves Cincinnati at 3 p.m. and, so basically does those sort of riddles aloud.
It's up to me to choose to be happy. Sun salutation. And then, after that, after he sort of centers himself, he knows that, despite the fact that he is very hungry and would love nothing more than to, hunt or forage or do something, he knows that we need water, first and foremost, I think. And I think that he will probably take a look around. What's the weather like today?
It is still cloudy and kind of rainy.
Okay, great. I'm gonna see if there's any collection of water on leaves or anything like that, and just gather as much as possible.
Are you going into the jungle to do that, or just looking at the ones on the outside?
Oh, why not? Let's go in the jungle.
Why not? Let's go in the jungle. Clearly he has something in there.
You've teased it. I know when to follow a lead.
I just want to know, okay? There's different kinds of leaves. So, yeah, I'm going to have you, as you enter the jungle first, I need you to make a mental fortitude check.
Okay. My strength comes from within. No, it doesn't. That's a 9.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
9. So, the jungle is kind of dark, kind of ominous feeling. There's a light fog that rolls over this place. You are going to take one more condition that I'm calling scared.
Aww.
It looks spooky in there. You've been hunting, you've been through forests and woods and jungles and such. You fought in the war. And, it's hard to see in there, which I don't get to tell you from a survival standpoint isn't your favorite thing. You have the option to keep going and looking for what you're looking for, but you are going to take one fewer die while you're here.
All right, and because I have 2 conditions, I'm hungry and now I'm scared, that drops me down to a D8 if I'm rolling things? Okay.
AKA me on a Friday night. I am hungry, I am scared.
Oh, I thought you were saying that you're a D8, which
I mean,
me and my husband always say, 2 pyramids, ass to ass.
I think I see, Sarge walking in the jungle, and I think, oh yeah, he's just going to go to the center of the jungle like the skull told us to, so I start following him.
Leaf, can you make a mental fortitude roll for me? Star's I want to get in trouble.
That is a 13.
13. Not as spooky to you. Maybe it's because you're so chill and just vibing with nature, but you go in there, still kind of hard to see, but you see the sergeant. He's kind of not walking around a whole lot, but you do see him.
Sarge.
Yeah.
What's up? What are you doing?
I'm looking for water. Fresh water, not salt water.
You want some kombucha?
I don't do drugs.
It's not really it's got just a little.
Young man, if you have to say it's not really, I don't think that.
It's really just tea. I mean, it's got like a tiny bit of alcohol because of the fermentation. You know, like it's fermented, man.
I don't think that's the only thing that's been fermented.
What was that supposed to mean, dude?
Can you both make a mental fortitude for me really quick?
Right, fighting's about to happen.
Oh. Oh no. That's 7.
That's an 11.
Okay. Lionel, not Leaf. Lionel, you feel the ever so familiar slither of a snake on your boot. And you see that it's currently on both yours and Leaf's boot, but Leaf does not seem to be aware of the snake. They're just currently exploding kombucha to you. And for an 11, I'll tell you, you can tell it's venomous.
Leaf, I think I will take that kombucha. Is this glass?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice.
I hold it out like I'm drinking it, and I hold it out. I'm not offering you the entire bottle. I'm offering you a sip of kombucha.
All right, I'm just gonna take that thing, and then I'm gonna flip the bottle, break it against a tree, and then try and stab the snake.
Yeah. So this is cool. When you are face to face with a challenge like this is a me versus you situation. So you're gonna roll your current die against the snake's current die. And we'll see who wins.
All right, that's a 12.
Great, that beats a 3. So,
Snake eyes.
You successfully jab the fuck out of that snake. Leaf, you look down and there's suddenly just like a dead snake on your boot, and Lionel is just like in war mode. He's destroyed that guy.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Shake the snake off my shoe.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Are you all?
I'm kind of sad about the kombucha, honestly, but I mean, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do.
And I look him in the eye again. The hands on the shoulders, unflinching eye contact. Me like, Leaf. That's exactly right. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And now, what I need you to help me do is find water. You think you can do that?
Yeah, dude, like, you're not my dad.
And Lionel just falls back and just leans against a tree as if he had been stabbed in the heart.
Emotional damage.
Oh, cool. Make a mental fortitude roll for me.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, thank God. All right. That's math. That's a 13.
Cool. When you put your hand against that tree, you feel a gentle, steady dripping of rainwater on your hand, and you look up and you see like a little banana leaf situation of like a good amount of collected rainwater.
There's also a good amount of collected rainwater now falling down my face. That's all it is. Nothing else.
It's raining.
Salty.
Shut up.
If he had sunglasses, he'd put them on and just...
I want to carefully pick up the remainder of the kombucha bottle to perhaps use it as a collection device, see if there's like enough of it to collect a little bit of water.
I dig it. Make a physical fortitude check for me.
Would this count as foraging?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Why not?
Oh, that's a 19.
Well, yeah.
Beautiful.
You get every piece of it back. It's broken. I'm not saying you're gonna be able to fix it or anything, but you get every piece of glass out of the dirt, out of the snake.
It was a clean break. It was real good.
Yeah. Out of the tree that Lionel smashed it against.
Yeah.
Just like 3 pieces.
I'm gonna call that a successful jungle outing for you two. I'm gonna cut over to Polly and Callus, who are still on the beach. Polly just, did a whole bunch of math equations, it sounds like. And Callus, what's your morning like?
I think Callus would initially have opened their phone to go to TikTok, realize that they can't, and start resulted in in them going through their camera roll, since the TikToks they save to their phone in case so they could post it to Instagram and other things. And I think they see one where they've done trying tie-dye, and so there's a part of tie-dye where you grab the shirt and you squeeze it, and I was like, oh, that's a lot of water in the shirt. Hey, that's a lot of water in the shirt. And so they want to get water by getting the clothes that they put on top of the plane and try squeezing the water out of it into
Nice.
whatever.
Smart. Yeah.
Cool. Polly, what are you doing?
Well, a skull is just there.
It is. It just be there.
It'd just be there. So I guess after having her morning math equations rather than morning affirmations, Polly will see that people have just sort of gone. Well, and we'll go over to the altar, pick up the skull, and be like, "Who are you? What are your secrets?"
Day 2, she snapped already. Here we go. Make a mental fortitude roll for me.
Okay. I don't think foraging or hiking will help me out here. I rolled a 2
Probably not.
total, so that's plus 4 is a 6.
Okay. For a 6, you don't take a condition or anything. This is a failure, though.
Mm-hmm.
So the information you get from the skull, I'm going to say... So when Callus got the information, he just relayed it like it was a thing that happened. When you receive this information, it might feel a little bit more dastardly, and it says to you...
One of them's to betray.
Bloody Lionel. I knew it.
So there you go. The skull thinks one of you... Well, it was telling you, I will say, that one of them might not be trustworthy. Are they telling the truth? Are they lying? I don't know. It's a skull. You talk to it. You rolled a 6. You tell me.
Yeah, no, I'll be like, all right, you and me, Alec, and then I'll put,
Who's Alec?
The skull.
Alec Trebek.
Oh!
Is that not? Right. So yeah, I'll have the skull, and I don't have a pocket. I undo the blanket and fashion a terrible papoose, and put the skull in that, and have it hold the pen. Done. Right, that's my organisation. I don't have pockets, so I'm like, okay.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Absolutely incredible. Both of you, Polly and Callus, both make a physical fortitude roll for me. Polly, we're seeing how incognito your little pouch can be, and Callus, we're seeing if you can get shirt water.
Yeah, they would have done it into an open luggage, by the way.
Of course.
Just dumped
What else is
everything
there?
out. Exactly, nothing.
Hey
so
gang, I'm trying out this new product. It's called Shirt Water. Already from the design, it looks pretty rough, but we're just gonna give it a try.
Could I use crafting? Since
I'd say so.
crafting
You got the idea from a
water?
tie-dye video, right?
Exactly. Which is what I need to give me a 12 total.
12 total. I will say that works. You didn't get as much water as you would like, but it is potable water. Polly, how's your bag?
I think it looks incredibly fashionable, and hopefully nobody suspects I have a skull. It does look like a small baby, I guess, now, but I rolled a 6 on the die, plus 5 is 11 total.
Yeah. I will say it's a success. It's kind of it's form fitting, so it won't scream skull, but it'll look like you have something circular in there. Maybe she found a coconut or a melon, but yeah, it looks circular, and it looks like it's holding something, but it is holding it.
Cool, thank you.
And then Lionel and Leaf will return from the jungle with their leaf water. Callus has shirt water. Polly has a skull in a bag.
I have definitely already taken a little sip of the water, hoping that at least something in my stomach will help. And then it's just I'm very, very careful to just avoid the shattered glass around it, but also I'm drinking my portion of the water, like
Sure.
between everyone. And I go up to Polly and be like, "Oh, Polly, what a wonderful little thing! You're so smart. Look at you going, fashionable." And Peter's like, "We found some water. Do you want some?"
Polly is just like eye contact again. I was like, I knew there's something off about you. You're a traitor, and I'll get out the pen. Sod it. I'm not believing that, and I will
Polly?
go to attack Lionel.
Liza,
Hold up.
Wow.
Go and get my name
That was
right.
fast.
Lionel, how do you react to that?
I'm going to very calmly pass the water over
It just
to
took me a
Leaf.
while to get my pen out. Yeah, agreed. Because it's in the bottom of it.
Yeah, it's literally in the teeth of the skull, so you have to yank it out.
Alec, come on, you're with me on this. Try or die. It's double jeopardy, yes or no?
Well, if she's struggling, I'm going to try. Hey, girly, it's okay. I'm gonna try and gently take her arm, not to show her I'm not trying to hurt her. I'm just trying to calm her down.
Polly, what's your current die? Is it still a 12?
It's still a 12 because I didn't get a condition from when I failed it before, so yeah, still 12.
And Lionel, you're an 8, right?
Yep.
Cool. Now, Lionel, are you intending to fight or no?
No.
Okay. In that case, Lionel, I'm going to have you do a mental fortitude check with your bonus. Polly, you just roll a straight d12.
Okay. That makes sense.
I'm jerry-rigging the rules a little bit. Like, one person's attacking, but the other one isn't.
Oh, son of a bitch. No. Alright, that's an 8.
Okay.
So just a straight d12.
Straight d12.
A 6.
Okay. So what happens here is your attack does not work.
No.
Lionel does exactly what he needs to do to avoid getting stabbed with a pen and gets to be able to have the chance to calm you down.
Polly, listen to me. I know that you're upset. I know that you've been through a lot. And also, wonderful aim, wonderful job. Like, if you had actually been successful, and I, like, guide the pen, like, to where my heart would have been, like, very, being like, whoop, I'm done. Ooh. We're going to get through this, okay?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, it's just... I thought the skull might reveal a bit more rather than just go into the jungle. It said
The
that...
what? And my neck, like, snaps over to the altar. Do I see the skull is there?
Yeah, like a white outline of a skull where it used to be. It's like blinking in the air, yeah.
And then I look down at the little bulge on your side.
In the fanny pack, yeah, absolutely.
Now, Polly, I don't think, in my experience, and I don't, it's your truth, and that's fine, and you're able to form your own opinions, you're an adult. However, in my opinion, if a skull tells me to do something, or just tells me anything at all, I am one to ignore it. That's just me. You know.
Hey, Polly, make a mental fortitude roll for me.
Let me lay down what's happened to Polly. Polly, who was just going to try and retake the crossword championship after a couple of years of probably some scandalous, like, I don't want to say, like, she got caught out by cheating or anything like that, by using Google at all. Let me tell you where she's at, right? She's marooned on an island with somebody who was smoking pot, another person who was trying to do TikToks earlier, so the youth essentially, and then an old sergeant who called her a different name and patronised her. If I was in Polly's shoes, I totally would be listening to a magical skull telling us what to do at this point.
Did not try and patronize you.
You called me Liza.
Tried to
3 times.
That's just what happens. In that case, we're gonna say Polly just make a standard old mental fortitude check.
Okay, cool. Well, with that, the roll I had before, so that was a 7 on the die plus 4, so it's 11.
You hear the voice of the skull again, and this time it says,
"A storm comes."
And then you hear the unmistakable clap of thunder again.
Look, I think you're right, Sergeant Hart. And Leaf and Callus, but I think Alec has a point. It's Alec and I now have a connection, as it had a connection with Callus. I'm guessing Callus has not heard any of this stuff either. It's just been to me.
Yeah, you've been in the tent draining shirts, right? So.
Yeah, I think they've been like so
Coming
intense,
out,
like
why are
squeezing,
we all
like
fighting?
like that. They would have like walked over, like with a wrung out shirt and just like, oh, I got some water. What's happening?
Yeah, it's not like Alec has put us on party line so that everyone can hear what. It's not like speakerphone.
Right, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Look.
Wait, who is Alec? Who the fuck is Alec?
Oh, that's the skull, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
The skull has a name.
The skull has a name.
I guess so. I didn't consider it, but as soon as he said Alec, I knew it was a skull. Is that weird? That's weird, right?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Anyway, I think
Anyways.
it's the only lead we have, and I don't know about you, but I think the rain and there's more food. Like, I know it's the jungle. It looks ominous even for me. I guess if we look, it's like dark and horrible.
Yeah,
and like,
big trees, like trees as far as the eye can see. Not hard to tell where they're going from where you're standing on the beach, but yeah.
you know what? I'm all for democracy, so I vote with Alec to go into the jungle.
I don't know if the skull gets a vote. It isn't a person that can talk to all of us. For all we intents and purposes, it could just be you projecting your own wants onto an inanimate object and then asking it for also to have a vote.
Dude, it's like that movie with the coconut. Oh, volleyball, right? The volleyball?
Oh, shipwreck.
Oh, with Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I love Tom Hanks.
Yeah, he's a chill dude.
Look,
Yeah, I can hang with him.
You're either for going into the jungle or against it. I can't be here if you guys. I need a chance to live. That crossword championship has my name on it. I have to get back.
Okay.
Well, the skull talked to me as well, and I think I'm usually pretty level-headed.
Long pause. While you're all debating, it does start to rain again, so I need you all to make one more physical fortitude check.
15.
15. Man, Leaf is crushing it.
I know.
Leaf is pure vibes.
Yeah.
And 14.
14.
16 for Polly.
Okay.
Guess who got their third 9?
Oh my goodness, Callus. Yeah, like the minute you hear the thunderclap, your bones start to chatter again, and you're just like, why have I not done anything to warm myself up? So, yeah, Callus, you're down to a D6 now, my friends. Your third cold condition. And so I just wanted to paint a scene here for what's happening. So the options have been presented of wait it out here on the beach, hope for the best, or listen to the skull and go into the jungle.
When you put it like that, it just...
All viable options. Listen, I know that we were all playing a TTRPG here, so there's like the adventurer's brain in there, but also this is a survival game. I'm not saying the jungle is smooth sailing or anything. Hell, the beach has almost killed Callus, so... Nowhere is totally safe.
Can I reach in my bag and throw like a sweatshirt or something at Callus?
Yeah, you brought clothes, right? So yeah,
I got clothes. I got my bag.
Yes, to remove a cold condition via sweatshirt, Callus will make a physical fortitude roll, and if you want to help him, you can roll your current die.
Alright, I'll do that.
Cool. Oh, I'm at a D6 now.
Oh.
Oh no.
11.
Oh, you're adding 11. Well, I mean, you're adding 11,
Yeah.
so that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, adding
You're gonna
11.
be fine.
Okay, cool. That's
So whatever
6
you
total.
roll
it was a really
plus
good
11,
sweatshirt.
Callus.
Yeah. I got 6 total for me, so plus 11, that's 17.
17,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice, nice.
You can gain the D8 and you can remove one cold condition. The sweatshirt helped.
Callus is gonna like take off their shirt that has like is like when they throw it down to the sand, like sand puffs up because it's just so heavy with water.
2 days he's been wearing that thing.
I think it was so much money. But
that
now they
material
have
doesn't breathe. Doesn't breathe.
No. But now they have a sweater. Is it like a fun sweater or just like a sweater?
Yeah, it's a really big, baggy, like hoodie sweatshirt, and it's like brown, and it's got like some sort of like, you know, like forest, like park, like national park, like logo on it in green, and it's really faded.
Hell yeah.
Just like Leaf.
That's a comfy ass. If Leaf was a person in sweater form.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
perfect.
Oh, thank you. Is the jungle warmer? The forest warmer?
I gotcha.
So,
goes in for a fist bump.
I'll speak to Lionel's experience here to kind of help out. Lionel, a few things you know from your brief time in the jungle. Leaf, you'll know this too. When you went into the jungle, you didn't feel the rain as much, so those leaves are clearly blocking something. And it's foggy in there. So by virtue of that, it's like a little bit warmer in there. It's like walking into the very beginning of a sauna with like the smoke rolling in. So like it's not completely comfortable, but it's definitely better than being exposed to the open rain.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't trust skulls, but I do think, like, maybe, like, we should, like, listen to the messages that the world is sending us.
We will go into the jungle, but we are going in there to find food and shelter for the night. Me and Lee found a snake, a venomous snake, climbing up my very well-defined calf. So we're going to be very careful as we head in, and I'm going to attempt to make a torch because it was very dark.
Oh, dude, should we, like, grab the snake? Like, anybody know how to eat a snake?
I don't think it's a good idea to eat poisonous animals.
You
I
just
thought
gotta
they were, like,
take.
only poisonous, like, in the head part.
If you take out the poison glands, it's fine. The rest of the body is.
How do you know this? Was there a tac about that?
Yeah, actually. Did you know Bear Grylls does TikToks?
I'm not going to entertain the snake. I'm going to make a torch, and then we'll follow Alec into the woods. I guess.
Nice.
You holding the skull, like, out in front of you? Like, guide us, skull.
No,
Just yeet it into the woods.
It's definitely more the papoose sort of thing, but the skull is now, I've turned the skull to me, and now I'm just like, whereas before I couldn't break eye contact with Lionel, Polly now can't break eye contact with the skull's eyes. It's like,
sure.
Let's go.
So, as you enter the jungle, Polly and Callus, please make a mental fortitude roll for me.
Okay.
Mental fortitude.
14 total.
14?
Could I use navigation?
Yes.
Cool. I'll take any advantage I could take right
now.
Word.
You feel the weight of it as you lose dice for sure.
12 total.
12, okay. In that case, neither of you are spooked by the jungle. Perhaps Polly has just put all of her faith into a talking skull, and she's just like...
Nothing is scary anymore.
Yeah. I accept.
After you communicate with a skull, what else is there?
Yeah.
And Callus, I don't know, probably same. You talk to the skull. It's like, at this point, what else could possibly happen to me? So, Polly, you once again hear the direction to...
Head to the center of the island. Salvation awaits.
Okay. And so Alex says that if we head to the centre of the island, it's pretty much what you heard, Callus. Salvation awaits. Now, who knows? Alec, what do you mean by salvation?
You're treating Alec like a magic 8-ball right now.
Yeah.
I'll have you make another mental fortitude roll.
Oh no, this is where my downfall happens.
I've got like a list of phrases he can use. So this is fun.
Well, it's like unclear. Ask again later. So 13 total. I rolled a 9.
13 total. So that's good. You're not getting freaked out by the skull. You ask him for directions, and you hear the phrase,
"An abandoned temple."
Okay. Be on the lookout for something that looks abandoned and maybe quite temple-y. That's what Alec is suggesting. I guess that's salvation. It's not a plane or the crossword competition, but it's okay.
Oh, it's like some urban exploration. That's cool. We should definitely. Lionel, do you need help with torches? Because we need something to see for sure. It gets dark in there.
And it's getting darker as night falls.
All right, I'm going to get a stick, use the stack of papers, and I'm going to attempt to make a torch.
Love that. Make a physical fortitude roll.
All right.
Doesn't Leaf have a lighter?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not to make the torch, though, to light the torch.
Yeah.
Could we possibly say that this either falls under hunting or first aid, the construction of, like, tying things up, or hunting if there was ever a situation where I was hunting overnight and I needed to make, like, a campfire or something?
I'll give you hunting. I'll give you hunting for that.
You said mental fortitude?
Physical.
Physical, wonderful.
Because you're making something.
I'm making it. All right. That's a 10.
A 10. It'll work. And when I say it'll work, I mean it'll work for a bit. The paper isn't as flammable as you would have liked. You can kind of see it burning fast. So you may want to relay to everyone that if you're going to go through this, now's the time.
The paper isn't... we should go. We only have a limited amount of light.
Okay. So you use the limited amount of light and you head towards the center of the jungle looking for a temple-y object, as Polly described it. So, again, we're going to do a series of rolls here because we are going to be hiking through this jungle through the night, it sounds like. So, let's see how everyone fares this evening. First and foremost, I would like everyone to make a physical fortitude check because, once again, no one ate.
God damn it. That's 18.
Okay.
16 for Polly.
Okay.
10 for Lionel.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Oh no!
On my
I'm going to be
D8?
honest with you. I set the threshold so high for not eating for 2 days, and Leaf and Polly still cleared it. So, Leaf and Polly, again, I don't know, maybe it's the skull, maybe it's the being in tune with nature. The hunger isn't bothering you. Lionel and Callus, you're feeling it. You both lose a die and take a hunger condition.
Oh boy.
Right.
Now, just for funsies, I need everyone to make a second physical fortitude roll.
I can't add any... It doesn't involve a skill or anything, like hiking?
You know what? For what I have planned, I will take hiking.
Okay, 11.
Okay.
Oh, can I use navigation?
Yes. For what I have planned, you can use navigation.
Concerned, but great. I'm on a D6.
An 8 total. That includes the plus and the hiking bonus. I rolled a 1 on my D12 finally.
Gee Louise.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
Unfortunately, I'm an 8 too.
2 8s, Callus.
I got a 7.
Oh no.
Callus. And only Callus.
No way.
Everyone keeps walking forward. But Callus, you hear that voice in your head again, though it sounds like it was the skull, but you can't make out what it's saying for some reason. And as you look down, you suddenly see a big pit in front of you. You hear like ground crumble underneath your feet. So I'm gonna have you do one more physical roll to see if you fall in this hole.
Can I reach out a hand or anything to help?
No, because you were all walking past him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I add anything to this?
You're rolling a d6, right? You can use navigation.
Okay. Well, that's an 8.
That's okay. we were basing this one off the average roll map in the game. 8, right where you want to be. So I'm going to tell you, you see the hole, you avoid falling in the hole, no one else saw the hole, so you're just standing there in front of a big pit. And when you look inside of it, you see like bones in there, you see like what used to be people, essentially, so something was up with that pit.
Okay. This is not like those urban exploration TikToks. Moving slowly. I'll be right there, guys. There is a big pit.
Now, who rolled the 8s earlier during that first physical fortitude? That was Polly and Lionel, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Polly and Lionel, you hear a feline, echoey roar in the jungle.
Lionel does like the soccer mom arm out to the passenger side, Polly.
Yeah, I'll bash into that, but yeah, stay still. I'm hearing the roar.
Leaf, since you rolled the highest, you're probably ahead of them and you didn't hear the jungle cat.
Okay. Just vibing.
Just vibing.
Just vibing, walking through the dark forest.
Just has a constant reggae soundtrack playing in their head.
Yeah.
Polly, I'm going to walk backwards. So we're walking back to back.
Okay.
I will watch the back, you watch the front, and just see if you see anything moving, okay?
Wait, to clarify, are we walking back the way we come, but you're walking backwards so you can see what's coming ahead of you, whilst I am walking forwards but seeing what's behind you?
Yes, we are like two pyramids, ass to ass, and
yes.
I
There
am
it is.
pointing.
Okay, that makes sense. I just wanted to clarify who was facing the noise. So very
Yes.
much. I'm sorry I called you a traitor and a betrayer.
Oh, Polly, I've been called worse. Don't worry. Back in
Yeah.
the war, I remember there were giant something or others in the forest where we were stationed, and they don't attack you if you have eyes on the back of your head. We painted eyes onto our helmets, so that way it didn't attack us from behind.
Okay.
Granted, that place didn't have skulls that talked to us, so we'll see how this goes.
I mean, a suggestion. I love plan A of walk forwards and backwards like ass to ass, but maybe I'm gonna pull out Alec, and I'll be like, Alec, can you help us in this moment, and hold it up in case Alec is able to do something.
You can make a mental fortitude roll.
Sure. I'm guessing that the 8 doesn't reduce my die at all or anything like that from before.
No.
Okay.
That was just whoever rolls the lowest gets jungle cat time.
Ooh, fun. Okay. So did you say mental? That is
Yes.
a 14 total.
14 total. Yes. The skull is in your head again, trying to find any kind of sense of direction, what to do, what's helpful, and all he really says to you is a meal in the bushes.
You know what? I'm actually starting to doubt Alex things. He's talking about meals in bushes, but I think it's more like the creature that's coming for us. We are the meal.
You do hear a rustling in a bush nearby.
And I'm going to... Do I still have the bottle? Like, I passed...
I have it.
Yeah, I believe Leaf has
Yeah.
the broken shards of the bottle.
Do you hear me over the reggae?
Do I? Yeah, I don't know how this works in terms of, like, can I be part of this? Can they call for me, or do we have to
Yeah,
resolve
absolutely
this
you can
cat?
be part
Okay.
of this. Yeah, if they call out to you, you can hear them. I'm not going to make you roll for that. I'm not that cruel.
Okay.
But yeah, if they ask you for help, you can absolutely hear them and turn around.
Okay.
I was just trying to find a narrative reason for why you've been doing so well, and it's because you're chill as fuck.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, when I hear that, I'm gonna turn around. Yeah, what's up?
Can I have that bottle real quick? I think I'm gonna do the thing again.
Looks around, like, is there another snake?
Maybe. If you could just very quickly, just snip it and not down rather quickly, just get it into my hand. And maybe a piece of glass into Polly's hand. And if you could wrap it up quick so she doesn't cut herself, that would be great.
Yeah, I don't give you the bottle.
Why not, Leaf? Why not?
I will
Scandal.
pass you a piece of glass, like one of the smaller pieces of glass that broke off, and I will do the same for Polly, but I'm going to hold the bigger part of the bottle.
Okay. I need everyone to, well, all three of you at least, to make a physical fortitude check as you investigate the bush.
12.
Ooh, 18. Ooh. I cannot roll poorly.
She's invincible.
Must be nice. Son of a... That is... Ooh, can we say that, because this is literally hunting, can I?
Yeah, a meal in the bushes. Yeah, you can say it's hunting.
Okay, so in that case, that is a 12.
A 12. Okay. Leaf, you find a nest full of eggs in that bush. Just an untended to, unoccupied mama bird must be somewhere else doing something else. Nest of eggs. And quickly slithering towards that nest of eggs is another venomous snake, which Lionel clocks.
So I don't clock it. I can't attack it.
You can get the eggs.
Okay, I will get the eggs, I guess.
Yeah, you have eggs. Snake sees you get eggs. No, for a high roll like that, I'm not going to make you totally oblivious. Yes, you also see the snake. You're just not as bothered by it.
Not bothered by it at all.
Stuffing the eggs in my hemp pouch.
Can we also say I'm not scared anymore because I made a torch and I'm in the woods
You know
doing
what?
the
That
thing?
is fair. You succeeded a handful of rolls. I will give you the scared condition to remove that. That's you know a good argument.
Back to my good friend, the D8. Thank you. All right. I'm going to try and attack this snake then.
Here we go. It's snake time, so you can roll a straight D8 against the snake.
Yes. That is a 10.
Cool. Beats a 4.
Wonderful.
Whoa. You once again stab the ever-living fuck out of a snake. Polly.
Mm-hmm.
You watch your friend collect eggs. You watch your other friend kill a snake. You're thinking maybe the skull's doing something right, and then all of a sudden you see the jaguar.
Yes.
So the jaguar is approaching you slowly. Lionel is right. It sees that you're looking at it, so it's not doing anything right now. But you see the jaguar.
Is it, in our two pyramids after us formation, is it approaching me, like face on, or is it approaching...
Yes.
Okay.
It's approaching you.
I could be like, oh, Lionel, quick, let's do a quick turn. And,
okay.
And I... video game turn. Yeah, video game turn, essentially.
Alright,
Good
both
spot.
of you, physical fortitude.
No joke, I rolled a 12 on the d12 again, so that is a
Good.
17, yeah.
Heck yes. I rolled an 8 on my D8, which plus 6 is 14.
Cool. You successfully get Lionel to face the Jaguar.
Oh, good spot.
Callus, by now you've caught up, and you also see the Jaguar.
I see the Jaguar. I see everyone in precarious positions. My phone, which has to be on its last legs of battery, could Callus like see it and quickly think of what they know about cats and big animals, and bump up the volume and play the most obnoxious song on their phone?
Nice.
I'm going to do mental fortitude for that one. We're seeing if you have the song saved on your phone.
Oh, this is a good point.
That's so true.
Because it's insert year here.
In the current year.
Well, unless their side career was a DJ, I got a 12.
Or unless there was a song that wasn't on TikTok, so you had to add it into the
Manually.
TikTok.
Yeah.
There you go.
I have so many weird songs saved on my phone because of that.
Whatever the reasoning, you blast that song, and I'm just gonna make a quick little roll for the Jaguar here.
Hey, Black Betty, bam, bam. Oh,
Yeah, I
Black
was going to
Betty,
ask
bam,
what
bam.
song.
Is this before or after Universal pull other songs from TikTok? Let's see.
Well, that's why they have to add it on again.
Fair. The Jaguar hears this song, just kind of like does that thing cats do when they're spooked, like all the hair like stands up and they like look at you like claws out and they just scurry the other direction. You avoided Jaguar problems.
Oh, that actually worked. Oh my god.
Okay.
That was a Jaguar. Like, that's fucking crazy. Do you think there's more Jaguars out there? There's like, do they go in packs?
No, they're
they're
usually
solitary.
solitary. Yay.
Yeah.
But they're smart. But they're just like a big cat. So maybe if we have something shiny, it'll also distract it. I have my gum wrappers. Oh, I remember something.
Just in case.
Do we need? Maybe I could. Is there like more dry brush around here?
You can make a physical fortitude check and find out.
I don't want to roll.
It's not for a condition. I promise I won't inflict you with a condition.
I don't want to play anymore.
I'm worried.
Okay.
Now I'm worried.
No, so yeah, because basically so I'm going to tell you what I want to do, and then I'll roll.
Yeah.
Because they're going to look for another stick and some like more drier brush. Because their phone's already almost dead. The reason they have specifically 6 brand gum with the foil wrappers is because remember, if you get like a battery, it's a really good starter because the foil will just catch fire. And if you get dry brush, it will last longer.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me roll. It's physical, right? And this could be crafting, right?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Anything for you, Dusty.
Hell yeah. My mom said if good things, like if you wait for good things will come, and I waited and I got an 11.
An 11? Yeah, you find some. Why not? Yeah. You can make your little makeshift battery starter for fire.
Yeah, they're like, okay, well, if we need another torch, so they're gonna grab a bunch of dry bush. Maybe like they still have some scraps and wrap it around, like jam some more of the foil wrappers, and then they're gonna look longingly at their phone and just until next time. Like crack the screen open, and with the little wires on where the battery thing is, like touch it to the foil gum wrapper, and it just. And now they have another torch.
Look at that character growth.
Yeah. Lionel puts a hand on his shoulder and being like, I'm very proud of you. That was good thinking.
That was also from TikTok. That's why I carry that brand gum specifically.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up the dead snake and throw it in the jungle towards the direction of the Jaguar.
I'll just let you do it. That's fun. I like it.
Could we please eat some eggs now?
Yeah.
How are you gonna do
wanna
that?
Just eat them raw. I mean, like,
Absolutely
shouldn't we, like,
not.
Yeah. So like, we gotta cook them somehow.
Well, we've got a fire starter now. We could make like a little fire, and if we find a flat rock, we could cook them on them.
We're gonna say who all is helping with the cooking, the finding and getting.
I'll help her. Polly will just try and do something because she does feel incredibly bad about accusing Lionel of being a betrayer on false information, and then putting him in danger by doing the bait and switch maneuver. So she'll help in that sense.
While this is happening, can I like just do some foraging locally?
Yeah.
For some food
Yeah.
or something?
So we got 2 cooking supply hunters. We have a forager looking for other things you can have. Callus, what are you doing?
Good question. I think at the mention of eggs, they're gonna like maybe stop for a second. And it's like, huh. They're going to like reach into like their pocket, where this very heavy egg has not been untouched. And it's like gonna look at it, and they're gonna talk to the egg. It's like, can you talk to? I'm supposed to protect you.
Make a I like it. Make a mental fortitude roll. I didn't plan for a talking egg. Let's see what happens.
I got a 12.
Okay. I will tell you this. For a 12, it doesn't speak, but it becomes very clear as you hold it. The egg is edible.
Huh.
Does it look like the other eggs that we found?
Bigger. So the
Oh.
ones that you found, I would say you found like about 3-ish, bird eggs. Imagine just the birds you can see in the jungle. I don't know, Google it. That size of...
I can't.
Listen.
I don't have Wi-Fi.
I broke my only phone.
Regular old bird eggs. The bigger one that Callus is holding seems to be about maybe 2.5 times the size of that, and definitely heavier.
Could they like hold it up, like not directly to the torch, but like do the thing, see if they could like see through it?
Ooh, yeah.
To see if it's got like a yolk in there or whatever,
or something,
or like
yeah.
a baby. I will say you don't see an embryo or anything. So there's no living organism inside of this egg.
Callus is gonna look at it and just... I was told to protect it, though. I'm so hungry. Could I make a mental fortitude like roll for myself?
Hell yeah, you can. Hell yeah.
That's another 12. All right. Now my dice are nice.
Look at that. So, with the mental fortitude, what are you wanting to like have the wherewithal to know or do?
They are like saying like, I am like super hungry, and this like looks like it's edible. I was told to protect the egg, but if I die, I can't protect anything. I think they're just gonna like, I should eat this. I should eat this. I'm gonna eat this. They're gonna eat this.
Attaboy. Are you wanting to tell anyone or just have a moment to yourself?
I think at this point, they're hungry enough where they're just gonna like...
Yeah.
I like it. So I'm glad you've made this choice. This is an experimental egg. You crack it open, and like you don't even need to cook this bad boy. You can drink this thing like a fucking like the end of a ramen bowl. This is like you pop off the top of the egg, it cracks down the middle perfectly. You have like a thick yolky soup. You drink all of it. All of your hunger conditions are resolved. And I will tell you, Callus, because you and you alone ate the egg, you are now immune to ever being hungry again.
Wow. Someone eat the skull. Someone eat the skull right now.
Crack the skull open now.
Everyone just start eating shit.
No.
Good soup. Good soup.
Good soup.
Oh, speaking of, I got a 19 on my foraging.
Amazing. Leaf, you should be working for the National Park Service, honestly. you find edible berries, you find another batch of eggs. You are set in the food department. You just went out into the woods and you just came back with like an Instacart's worth of edible wild food.
I think as I come back to the group, I if allow me, if this is okay with Callus, but I come back just as he finishes eating
Incredible.
the egg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
no, I
slurping
think
it down.
Callus is like, I found the weird egg I was supposed to protect. I ate it because I was so hungry. I'm not that hungry anymore.
Well, dude, like sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but like I got some more eggs, so like if
Oh,
you're
hell
still
yeah.
hungry, you know, I got plenty of eggs.
I can help you make them. I'm like so satiated. I'm pulling out words out my ass. This is cool.
I'm going to fast forward y'all a little bit because you've all been rolling like gangbusters. You eat. You rest. It is a peaceful night in the jungle. The jaguars leave you alone. If you had the hunger condition before, knock that bad boy out. You're good to go because you all had a good time eating. Which will bring us to day 3. You have found the temple in the center of the forest. You quickly find out that this thing is a structure built from metal. A whole bunch of metal parts, some with various decals and designs, lettering. It's hard to say where exactly they came from, but someone built a building in the middle of the goddamn jungle out of metal. Polly, can you make one more mental fortitude check?
I can certainly try. Ooh, that bounced around a little bit. It's 11 total.
11 total, so you're going to be A-okay.
Hey.
When the skull tells you the following, he's going to... The voice comes into your ear and says,
"The metal bird comes."
This is...
And in your mind, you see the image of an airplane, a rescue plane, approaching the island. When you look in the sky, you don't see it, but this is the image you've been given.
The metal structure in front of me, sorry, just because I phased out a little bit, but is it like complete? Sure. Is it like, or is it like construction work? You see what I mean? I guess because it looks like a temple.
Yeah, imagine like, so you know how like a lot of those ancient temples, like in Peru and the Aztec nations, built out of like stone and stuff? Mm-hmm. That kind of structure, very steppy, but with metal.
Right, thank you, yeah. Alec has come up with another prophecy. A metal blade comes, and a rescue plane. He's Alec has foretold it, so it might happen. I think if we get to the top of this structure, maybe we'll be able to flag it down or burn something, perhaps like a... We didn't even check for flares. Polly realizes.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. If we could maybe get enough smoke going, right? That's the thing.
Do we have any leftover fire from the night before? Were we able to keep any embers alive?
You can make a physical fortitude roll and see what your fire-making material is like right now.
All right. So this is important. I had 2 hunger conditions. Does the rest
you can
remove
one?
Okay,
you can remove
cool.
1 hunger condition.
Fantastic.
Only the egg fixed all hunger.
Yeah.
The egg.
The egg.
All right.
Could Callus help since they want to still try to use their battery thing?
Yeah. What's your dice at now?
I got rid of one of my cold and my hunger, so I'm back up to a D10.
Yeah, perfect. That's where you should be. Yep, do that.
And I assume I could use crafting, right?
Since you're helping, roll a straight D10, and that's gonna be added onto Lionel's roll.
Well, I got a 10.
Well, great. So whatever you roll plus 10, Lionel.
All right, great. Then that is altogether a 17.
Fantastic. Yes, you do still have plenty of fire-starting materials. You have those papers you stole. Callus kept some gum wrappers around for you after a 17. Whatever you want, dog.
All right. High knees, as I'm like leading the charge up to the top
Just
of this.
Up the top of the tower. Yeah.
I
I would say anyone who wants to follow should also make a physical fortitude check to see if you can ascend the stairs.
Okay.
All right.
20.
Leaf is just having a vacation.
Well, Leaf can
like
just
so
stay
many
here.
12s.
Yeah.
You
Loaded
know.
dice over there.
I'll plus my hiking if that's all right, because I'm probably used to doing that. So that
100%.
So that is sorry, mathing. 7 plus 11 is 18.
Great. Yeah. Callus.
I'm going to use my navigation.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you. Randomly rolled dice. This is great. When it works. So that's 10 plus 3, so 13 total.
Okay. Leaf and Polly, obviously no problem. Takes Callus a little bit longer to get up there. I'm not going to give you a condition, but I will say when you get up there, you're probably going to need to sit down for a hot minute while they do some other things. So I'm going to give you a pause for one round of activities, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm a pretty chill GM, you know? Not cruel. But yeah, so we've got Lionel, we've got Leaf, we've got Polly, we've got Callus bringing up the rear, and then I will say all four of you, as you rolled high enough, will see, right, like coming in from the distance, not right above you, that'd be really fucked up, but from the distance, you do see a rescue plane that seems to be starting from the opposite end of the island. So not where you crashed, but the other side.
Oh.
I guess it's equidistant because you're in the center right now, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach out to Callus, who's sitting down. Callus, dude, give me your phone.
Yeah, they're going to just like hand them it's just like the motherboard where the battery is at, with like the wires hanging out. Here you go.
Yeah, is it like... I'm just thinking like to use it as a reflector or something. Is it like metallic enough for that, or is it...
Yeah, the back would probably be.
The question is, do you have the sunlight for it, though? And for that, I'll have you make a physical roll.
Move the sun.
Move the sun,
Leaf can do it. Leaf can do it. If anyone can do it, it's Leaf.
If anyone can do it, Leaf can do it.
Yeah. Just pick it. Yeah.
Yes! Yeah!
You part the clouds
Wow.
with your finger. It's fine.
The grace of God. So yeah, you are. It's the morning. The sun's starting to come up. The rain's starting to clear out. You do get that good amount of sunlight you want to have coming out of the clouds, and you're able to aim the phone in such a way that it does reflect off of the metal backing. Now, what are Lionel and Polly doing to flag this guy down?
I think that Lionel will take his not as pristine but still pretty white linen shirt off of him, and he's just revealing just like the 12-pack abs and immaculate pectorals, and just like like a proper baseball game with a little towel, just sort of like twirling it around and just trying to make as much motion as possible.
Polly?
Well, okay. Hear me out on this one, because this also could be sleep deprivedness. I feel like, seeing Leaf's example, I'm like, yeah, of course. Come on, Alec, you've got this. And I want to try and catch the sun in the gems in the skull, and I don't know, reflect off the building or something like that. So almost like a little disco happening with two gems.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be tiny, but it's all I've got.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like creative problem solving. All right, both of you roll. Actually, Lionel roll physical, Polly roll mental.
Okay. 9.
Ooh, okay.
12.
12. Okay, you are successfully waving that that terrible towel in the air, waving your shirt around, making a big show of yourself. You're very visible next to the light that Leaf is creating. When
I'm
you
so
pull
pale. I'm
Alec
almost a reflective surface myself.
I can't
It
even
works.
look at Lionel at this point.
Alec the skull, as you try to use him to catch the rays of the sun or any light coming off of the metal structure, you kind of see the crystals lose their sparkle a little bit, almost as if the light in its eyes is disappearing. So, and just for the record, the voice in your head that seemed omnipresent for the past couple of days, suddenly quiet.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
Now, the rescue plane starts to come above your heads. We've got a reflective iPhone going on. We've got a very pale man waving a shirt as hard as he can. Polly and Callus are just kind of chilling right now. So, Leaf and Lionel, to get the attention of the plane, roll one more physical fortitude check for me.
Come on, Leaf. Save us. Pick this plane out of the sky and put it on the ground next to us.
Is this the one, Leaf?
Leaf. Come on.
No.
You can't let us down right now.
Leave.
We've come so far together.
7.
I'm gonna push you off this.
Could Callus help?
Yes, Callus can help.
Um,
I gave you one round of timeout, so that's over now.
Come on.
What do they have? I think they have just like the metal from all these bright red wrappers. They're gonna try to
Sure.
get it. So that's an additional 7.
14. We'll take a 14. Lionel, what did you roll?
Yes, I did. I rolled a 12.
Okay, a 14 and a 12. The rescue plane pitters and patters above. You know what a rescue plane looks like. Those little like water flappy guys. They got little things under it. Look it up. And it starts coming over you, and it starts to come over your heads. I'm assuming you're all calling out to it, trying to get it to stop flying and waving your freak flags and your gum wrappers and your phones. And it stops. And a rope ladder comes down, and you see someone holding a megaphone and sunglasses and a big hat that just says Coast Guard on it. And they're just calling up, like, grab the water!
And Lionel sort of secures it down and ushers people to go up.
Ahead of you? Okay.
Yeah.
Who goes first?
I think it should be Polly or Leaf.
Yeah.
No,
Lady?
Great.
I'm hanging back. I'm like thinking to myself.
Polly, you got a crossword competition to get to.
I'm already up there. I've gone. Yeah.
Make a physical roll for me.
All right.
Roll for ladder.
Roll for ladder.
Roll for ladder.
That is a 16 total.
Yeah, you book it.
Yeah.
You like all your strength comes back to you. You shimmy up there. You get in there. They give you a blanket to wrap over yourself. They hand you a room temperature water bottle. You would think to give them cold water, but no, you got to give them the not shock your system stuff. So you get the rescue plane luxury treatment here. Who's next?
I will.
Oh
say,
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I will say, because I'm feeling it. I'm so sorry. I look down at the skull. I'm remembering. Maybe Alec was right, and I'll say to the pilot or whatever, the old man at the bottom. He's a traitor. You have to betray. You have to leave him here. He was the one that started it all.
Meanwhile,
What was he
Lionel's
doing?
down there trying to figure out, being
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't wait to go to Polly's crossword puzzle. I'll make her a sign. I'm going to cheer her on. I'll be there with flowers. I'm going to be so proud of her.
He I don't know. He was running up and down the plane, and he was trying to get us all into the brace position. I think he knew the plane was going to crash. I think he did it.
Okay, man, we'll figure this out. Okay, so he was being weird on the plane. Was he help with like what was happening on the island? So like you two were talking to each other.
Yeah.
Callus and Leaf, can you both make a mental check for me really quick? A new opportunity has presented itself.
I know. I'm so sorry.
14.
No, I love it. 14 for Leaf.
10.
Leaf. You see the sparkle come back in the skull's eyes.
So the skull is still here on this
The
pyramid?
Polly put the skull
Yeah.
down to thank it for its service, and it's still on top of the tower with you guys. So
Okay.
you, in the corner of your eye, you notice the diamonds in the skull are sparkling again.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah, it whispers in your ear.
One of them seeks to betray.
Look around.
prophecy.
Exactly.
One of
exactly.
them does to betray.
I think I'm like, who do I think might betray us? And it's like, I look at Callus. I'm like, Callus is cool. Like, it seems like he's not really like up to serious betrayals. And I'm like, Lionel, I don't know, but he's got dad energy. Polly, though, has been talking to a skull for a long time, and I'm just kind of like whisper to the skull, "Is it Polly?" Nothing.
Okay. So, curtain. The skull, every time you listen to it, it has a consequence for another person on the island. That's my big twist with it. This one was the holder of the skull is supposed to be given a name at random. Polly did it for me earlier.
Oh.
So she just picked a person. So when you ask, is it Polly? I have to pick a person at random, so please excuse me for a moment.
Oh no. That's brilliant.
Leaf the skull whispers, Polly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I turn to Lionel, thinking Lionel's the person who could handle this. Lionel, it's Polly. Polly's betraying us. You gotta go stop her.
What could she do? What? Get on the plane and then I'll come up after you.
No, man, I'm chill. You go.
Lionel,
Guys,
go.
Megahorn, this isn't like a sit and wait situation. Please climb the ladder.
All right,
Li-
if you're sure, and I'll start climbing the ladder.
You see the guy from the Coast Guard as you walk up the ladder. He's kind of like eyeballing you oddly, and like he's holding the ladder, but he's also kind of like putting one hand on his hip for some reason.
Bad hit.
And I salute and be just like, Sergeant Lionel Hartford reporting for duty, retired.
Sergeant, we've heard that you've been very active with this group. Care to explain?
I mean, yes, I took great care to make sure that they were okay on the island. Look, I am very concerned about my friends. You were just saying this wasn't like a waiting situation.
We only have so much fuel.
Exactly. So if you let me up, whatever questions you have...
Do you have any contraband on you? Any weaponry?
Yes, here. And I take the piece of glass, I show him, like one hand on the ladder, one hand on the glass, and I just chuck it out into the jungle, and I'm like, that was all.
Coast Guard turns to Polly and goes, "Can he board?"
Could I make a mental fortitude check?
I was
Yeah,
going to suggest the
please,
same thing.
yeah,
We're
just-
both going to make a mental fortitude check.
All right. A 14. Okay.
14 versus
14 versus a 12.
Okay. The Coast Guard grabs Lionel, pulls him onto the plane, handcuffs him, and puts him in like the front area with like another armed guard. And they keep an eye on that one.
Okay.
He had weapons on him.
I'll comply. We all had weapons. We were trying to... Okay. All right.
Leaf and Callus, make physical rolls for me.
Yeah, I think I'm like hanging back kind of like thinking to myself, maybe this island isn't so bad.
Yeah, you would do great here, yeah.
No, Leaf. Callus
have the option. Absolutely.
Callus is like, Leaf, come on, we gotta go.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I rolled a rolled a 13. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like here I'm in touch with nature and myself, right?
Callus, who's rolling 11, to say, you'll never have any more weed.
All right.
You both climb the rope ladder successfully. I'm not gonna yank your chain. You get up there. The first thing you see is Sergeant Lionel Hartford handcuffed up against like a rail in the plane, just like trying to keep to himself while like an armed guard is protecting him. Polly has been wrapped up in a blanket and given a room temperature water. You both are given the same thing, and what proceeds is, I'm sure, going to be a very long and awkward plane ride back home as Lionel tries to figure out why he was ever handcuffed. And in the distance, you see the island, you see the place you managed to survive for 3 whole days, and what you don't see, on the other end of the island, on the beach, surrounded by graves and metal ships and planes all destroyed, a single man with a really fucked up looking head, almost like he doesn't have a skull, watching your plane fly away.
God.
And that's Castaway.
What the fuck, Alec?
What the fuck with that? Thank you all for playing. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think you'd all live.
Oh my God.
Same.
Pretty
Same.
dicey there for a minute.
Yeah.
But so much fun to play with all of you. Loved having you on. That's Castaway. Castaway is created by the wonderful people over at the Afterthought Committee. As always, we have a link to purchase the game in the episode description. All of you, thank you for playing. Dusty, where can we hear more of you?
Yeah, you can hear more of me on many places. If you go online, I'm at Dust E Hill almost everywhere. I'm on Goblins and Gays as a player, maybe a future GM for something, maybe, who could say. You could also find me at An Unwavering Force, which is a Star Wars podcast using Pathfinder 2e. I'm the GM there. We have bangers every episode. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Every episode.
Damn straight.
Also, fun fact: I didn't get to reveal my secret. That wasn't Callus. That's not the real name. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, the fun we have in one shots. All the secret lore you don't get to.
Yeah.
Julianne, where can we find more of you?
Well, you can find more of me. I'm on Instagram as Julie Luhu. If you want to hear about the show that I'm doing, it's something that is very near and dear to my heart. Me and my friends here in Philadelphia, we have created a podcast called Wing Women Pod. It uses Jason Morningstar's Night Witches system, which is an absolutely wonderful friggin' little game. It's a queer-led, semi-historical, award-winning TTRPG podcast based on the real-life Night Witches, which were women fighter pilots just absolutely destroying Nazis in World War II. So if you like chaotic gaze and having fun, we're very excited and we're gearing up for season 2. So I hope you tune in. And you can find us on Wing Women Pod, Wing Women Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, and on social media under that same name too.
Wing Women bangs. Do yourself a favor. That show rules. It's
Thank you so much.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm very
I just started
proud.
listening to
Fucking
it today.
Oh,
It's amazing.
thanks.
Hooks you from minute 1, folks. I ain't lying. Star, where can we hear more of you?
Yeah, so I'm on TikTok a lot at Star Mama C. Everywhere else, I'm Characters Without Stories because that's the name of my podcast. I interview people about TTRPG characters they haven't had a chance to play yet, and I am on the hunt for guests, so you can always submit. And I am also on most Saturday nights playing an all-woman D&D campaign called the Moonstone Matriarchy over at D&D Denial on Twitch. It's very sapphic. Lots of revelations, lots of crying on my part. It's all good fun. You should check it out. It's a lot of fun, and that's me.
All of Stars Project's rules. You might hear a familiar voice on Characters Without Stories soon.
Yes, true.
Who's to say? I don't know. And Fiona, where can we find more of you?
Hello. So yeah, when I'm not betraying all of the only people that will keep me safe all this time, my name is Fiona. I run What Am I Rolling, which is a twice-monthly tabletop RPG one-shot podcast, which deals in lots of different RPG systems, some like the ones we've heard today, sometimes solo RPG. Actually, Duste was on one of our episodes very recently for Going Rogue 2E, which is a sort of Rogue One inspired set by Jess Online, and it's as Dusty can attest, there was lots of crying involved. So it turns out everyone likes crying. Who knew?
It's fun.
If you're like, there's only one RPG to rule them all, I'm like, yes, I understand, but I do have a podcast for that. I also run What Am I Rolling? I also run the DM's Book Club, which is a weekly book club podcast about D&D lore. We read the books so that you don't have to support evil overlords.
Bless you.
But also as a way to take the D&D lore, see what we can improve about it, because not all of it is accessible and not all of it is great, and how we might put it into any system that you'd like to. So that's What Am I Rolling and the DM's Book Club, wherever you listen to podcasts. And thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for being on, Fiona. If I can be a fanboy here for a minute, when I was first getting into TTRPG podcasting, one of the first shows I found was What Am I Rolling?
Oh my god.
And it was so helpful for me because I was creating my own one-shot podcast. We play a lot of different systems, and Fiona's a fucking great game master, so there are some pieces of my style that I've blatantly stolen from her. So for her to be on my show is a dream come true for me.
Oh, that's so kind of you to say. Thank you so much.
Of course. You know me, I'm Grant. I'm the usual Game Master here at Game Master Monday. We play everything every 2 weeks. We're going to be back in 2 more weeks. We've got several bangers coming up this year. Thank you, all of you, for playing with us here today, and we'll see the rest of you next time.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
How many dice can a snake hold? They have no hands.
They certainly can't hold 2 pyramids ass to ass. I'm going to be fine.
Well, this is Ouroborosing.
Well, you know what it is? They roll snake eyes constantly. So that's
exactly.
That's why Polly's not into the forest.
We did it.
We did it.